one's in there for a strike, 0-1. Hailstorm. Great nickname. This is there. See Aurora Edwards looking at second base as you've got Brooke Rose coming over to cover on potentially a back pick. In there for a strike, 1-2.
Johnson so efficient in that first inning, really attacking the strike zone, having a little bit of a issue with control here and top of the second. Oh, nice pitch.
4 strikeouts for Johnson. 2 away here in the second.
Johnson changing speeds just a little bit on that last pitch.
Annabella Alobri now at the plate for Rhode Island. 7th grader. Quick, powerful hitter. See if she can put one in play here to keep this inning going. As Rhode Island gotta get something here after giving up a 9 spot in the first.
Yeah, just chip away. Just getting 1 here in the second inning. Not going to score all 9. I think a lot of times it's just morale, right? Dugout morale, getting everybody up. Like, hey, we can do this.
Just misses. Johnson's really hitting her spots. The 1-2. Through the third baseman, Menace into left field. Peoples gets it in quickly, throws home. And Alobri gets into second base. So a big 2-out hit that will become even bigger if Layla Murphy can cash in next.
This is just a great at-bat all the way around. Good job of sitting on this pitch. Slightly elevated. Is going to turn on and get it through that 5-6 hole. Trying to chip away here in the second inning.
Layla Murphy. Lila, excuse me. 11 years old for Rhode Island. 2 for 2 on Monday in the win over Arizona. One of only 3 Rhode Island players to hit safely in all 4 games of the regional. Murphy stays off of that one, 1-1.
Important now for Aurora Edwards to really talk to her pitcher, talk to Johnson, try to get her refocused on the zone. Working that outer half, that arm side, but not getting those calls. A little bit low, a little bit out.
Strike zone shrinking. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Braylon Johnson already with 4 strikeouts today. The entire crowd wanted that one, aside from a few maroon shirts from Cranston Western Little League.
That's right, pitch. Coming back in on the inner half, a little bit low.
3-2, fouled away. Braylon Johnson had 4 strikeouts in 2 innings of work Monday against Italy. He's got 4 strikeouts in 2 innings here. Nearly picked up a 5th. Instead, it's a walk and the bases are loaded. That was her 3rd full count this inning.
You can tell she's definitely struggled around the zone. She's been losing some of those pitches on the lower half, kind of bleeding, leaking out of the zone. And to Rhode Island's credit, they're not chasing pitches out of the zone, and that's a big part of making your pitcher, your opponent, work harder.
Lila Riley, who also was 2 for 2 on Monday. In there for a strike. The 0-1 to Riley. Edwards is doing what she can to try and receive those pitches in the strike zone.
Yeah. Looks at the way that Johnson, where that ball's coming out at times, that hip angle.
Big pitch here. 1 and 2. 2 outs, 9-0 North Carolina. And it's going to stay that way. Braylon Johnson leaves the bases loaded.
Braylon Johnson with the bases loaded comes up with her biggest strikeout of the game, a rise ball in the upper half. Braylon Johnson with 5 strikeouts through 2.
We are packed to the brim here at this stadium. This is the alternate site this week because of the rain at Elm Street Park, installing stadium. We hope to be back there on Sunday, but next 2 days, we're right here. And North Carolina is right there again. Braylon Johnson.
She's a gamer. Coaches talk about it. She's the anchor. Offensively, defensively, hitting out of that 2-hole. Left-handed pitcher hit in from that right side, just goes the opposite way. Getting something cooking here in the second inning.
Brooke Rose, who walked and scored in the first. Again, 9 runs came home in that first inning, and that one goes behind the backstop. Wild pitch from Arcano. Brooke Rose at the plate again. This is a winner's bracket game, double elimination format. That one is pounded to left center field. Brooke Rose rounding second, heading into third, and a triple for Brooke Rose with an RBI.
Wow, Brooke Rose in that 3-hole. Walked in the first inning, getting her swings in here in the second. She's going to take this pitch, and you get to see she just pulverizes it. A pitch on the inner half. She is not fooled by that. She barrels that up. Great extension. And again, this collegiate-sized field, 220-foot fences in center leaves open those massive gaps. And I'll tell you what, this North Carolina team used those very efficiently in this game so far.
4th trip in the tournament this week. And they hit double digits for the 3rd time on the scoreboard this week. 36 runs they have scored.
Well, Matt, you mentioned it earlier, unfinished business. It's been their motto since losing in that championship game last year, and they have had their eye on the prize all year long, have worked very hard, have reloaded 1 state to be able to be the host team.
Wayne swings through that one 2-2. The last time a team scored 10 or more runs in its first 3 games in the Little League Softball World Series was back in 2006, New Jersey. They did it against Curacao, Canada, and Texas. In there for a called strike 3. Hickman Metis popped the ball to the second baseman. Her first time up, went off the glove. It was an error, and that was really the start of a very long inning.
Well, and right before that were 2 walks. Again, it was raining, so difficult situation for this Rhode Island team, but you're exactly right, Matt. The 2 walks, the error, just kind of opened the floodgates. No pun intended.
Yeah, please don't say anything like that. How about the floodgates continuing to open up off of the glove of Graziano in left. Metis drives in another. So North Carolina with 2 runs in the inning, and they're just pounding the ball.
Oh, this ball's just hit really, really well. Graziano is going over. It looks like she might have the opportunity to make the catch. It goes off the glove. Looks like they're going to call that an error out in left field. Plates another run, though, for North Carolina.
So 2 runs in the inning. As Kenzie Carson now at the plate. North Carolina, this team from Pitt County, has scored at least 2 runs in every inning they've batted in this week.
Wow. That's an impressive stat.
Ground ball to short. Metis scampering back to first. Good scoop there at first. That one is safe. Ruled safe there by the first base umpire, Brett Joyner. Looked like the scoop was in time. Take another look.
This ball hit. You can see the way that the shortstop has to go over. And the throw is, again, North Carolina team can run very well.
Bang, bang play at first. I think they're going to take a look at it. Metis was coming off of second base at a pretty good distance, but she went back to second. No throw there, but the throw to first, a great scoop by LLWSB. That throw gets her in time.
Yeah, I think the question is, can they actually, is there
Boom.
enough evidence? Yeah, I think so. I think the ball's in the glove. It looks like she's kind of backing up a little bit because the bounce is high, but a good job of hanging on to that. Stenson, a long throw across the infield.
Is there enough to overturn the call on the field?
Is the question.
And they also have to look to see if the first baseman's foot is on the base, if she was pulled off.
Yeah, and it looks like she's reaching potentially for it even once it goes in the glove.
And if it's about the foot, I think that's anything that a replay is going to be able to.
It's going to be tough, yeah.
To overturn. The second base umpire was in a pretty good spot. First base, Brett Joyner, to make that call. North Carolina has scored multiple runs in all 10 innings. You ready for this? 3-2-2, 3-3-8, 3-2-9-2.
Wow. It's impressive.
And she's safe. So that will be an infield single for Carson. Now Emery Peebles comes up to the plate with an 11-0 lead. The 1-0. 37 runs. In the midst of the third game, 37 runs this week for Pitt County.
It really is. That's an unbelievable stat. I mean, that's just they're relentless. You know, they don't take an inning off. They don't take a swing off, pitch off. And it's one of the things these coaches, they talk about. They're balanced. 6 years, a lot of these players have played together, and they just have great chemistry. And a really good crowd to back them up.
That was pounded to center field. That's going to drop in front of Alobri. Stopping at third is Metis. Metis scampers back to third, and the bases are loaded. That 37 runs ties for the most runs after 3 games to start this tournament. since Rhode, another North Carolina team that's still here, scored 37 7 years ago. Nice little pop there from Peebles.
Yeah, just really disciplined at the plate, not chasing pitches outside of the zone, barreling the ball up. I mean, when you look at all the things you want elite athletes to do, this North Carolina team is doing them.
Anna Rose, whose sister pounded an RBI triple earlier this inning. Brooke made the team last year. Anna did not. Now both sisters, the twins, are on it, and family couldn't be happier about it. Not only are the sisters both on the team, but they're the middle infield combination.
Right.
That's
I love
pretty
that.
special.
It is special. Talk about knowing your middle infielder partner, being able to tell where they're at, communication, all those things make a massive difference.
You can see the frustration there on Marcano's face. It's a pretty good pitch. But it's a ball and another run comes home.
Well, now this Rhode Island team needs to start to really worry about the run-ahead rule.
Now the margin of 15 runs after 3 is the first mercy, the run rule that they have to look at.
Yeah, so a couple more runs get plated here, they could be down to their last 3 outs.
The 1-0 to Bateman. You can see the Rhode Island fans still cheering, still trying to be loud. And part of this is not just about this game, but it's the next game you're going to play as well. You want some sort of confidence coming out of this game. And right now, there's not much to draw from. Bateman to center field. That scores another run.
Well, to your point, Matt, everything's just going right for North Carolina. The ball drops in, and everything is going in the wrong direction for Rhode Island. But, you know, you mentioned it. This is opportunity for this Rhode Island team to realize, hey, this is a winner's bracket game. Even if things don't go right, they drop this game, they're going to have an opportunity to play again tomorrow. It's a double elimination tournament.
Looks like we're going to have another pitching change here. And you wonder if they go back to Graziano, who started the game. Marcano is now out of the circle. And we'll tell you about the pitching change coming up. It is all North Carolina. The thing. Pitching change. Second verse, same as the first, as Olivia Graziano back in the circle. She started this game, did not make it out of the first inning. Now she's back in the second inning after Isabella Marcano was unable to record more than 1 out in this inning.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Graziano ends up doing. Remember that first inning, the rain started to fall, a couple of walks, a defensive error, just things kind of spiraled out of control. So see if she can try to pick up some pitches on the corners, roll some ground balls. At this point, you're just looking for outs, bases loaded, trying to keep a couple more runs off the board to extend this game.
That one is outside, 1-0. Yeah, think about the shell shock for a Rhode Island team that went 4-0 in regionals. Their first 2 games in regionals outscored the opposition 24-3. Another one. Another RBI. How about 2? Pilgreen driving in a pair. It's 15-0.
Wow, even the bottom of this order for North Carolina, able to barrel the ball up, continue the hit parade, the runs just continue to cross the plate. Good job just taking this ball the opposite way and then overrun just a little bit out in the outfield. And of course, North Carolina aggressive on the bases.
Continuing that aggression, Pilgreen heads to second base, 15-0, which means Rhode Island needs to score at least 1 run in the top of the inning, top of the third, in order to keep this game going. But they still have 1 out. North Carolina's not done yet. That one into the glove. Nice catch there by Lamar. 2 down. None of these are fluke little oopsie-doo type of hits. Like, these are all kind of barreled up, and even off the end of the bat, they're almost base hit.
Yeah, good job by Lamar being in the right position. In that 5-6 hole, making the out.
That went to the backstop, trying to get the out. Looks like she's in there. The ball was dropped regardless. Bateman scores the 16th run of the game.
And this is just a pitch that gets away. And the tag coming down. Riley, Graziano trying to get that, but unable to. 16th run of the game up on the board.
Isabella Ford, who had a 2-run scoring single in the first inning. 9 in the first, 7 in the second.
North Carolina just really putting on a clinic on everything from their leadoffs to defensive plays, pitching in the circle, but it's really been a story of offense.
3-1 to Ford. That one is high.
Well, and discipline, you know, they're not chasing pitches out of the zone. They're taking the walks when they're given to them. They're capitalizing on miscues or errors.
And Brad Metis, the third base coach and the head coach, over to Ford, telling her, putting 2 arms up, I think they're going to keep her at first base. 42 runs so far in this tournament for North Carolina, the most since Utah scored 42 in its first 3 games in 2016. It's hard to tell if this team is in a 1-run game or a 15-run game with how they approach every pitch, every at-bat. But it just seems like a team that is still angry about last year. As Edwards short and the inning ends. But 7 runs come home. New England has some work to do. Next up, we are proud to recognize Degree, who is partnering with ESPN to level up women's sports.